Good evening, good morning, good afternoon. No. Stay. Sit down. Hips, a video performer. No. Just lay down, please. Lay down. Lay down. Hip, lay down. Come on. Lay down, guys. There's nothing we're not going nowhere. We're not going nowhere. All right, come on. All right, just lay down. So, I've never been around any canines that I know of that had, I guess, apparently like a touch of bloodhound and pit bull, and we don't know. Got him from an old friend. Old friend just actually passed away this past summer. I didn't get to see him. They were trying to reprogram me up at the hospital. Shut me up. Guess what? God's had just about enough of everyone being shut up. That he didn't want shut up. Now I'm going to let that be known real clear. And I'm glad that I was watching Chili. It's a group, but now I guess, I don't know if they can connect me to a women's group for basic training and stuff. For old ladies. It's 3 and 7. I'm going to advertise them. I don't really understand him sometimes either. I've watched him periodically. Apparently his sense of humor is a bit dry, and he likes to be cocky or arrogant, and it doesn't get caught that way, and then it's taken seriously. And I really just needed to jump on real quick and say, I never really had it, I guess, said out loud, but then I'm like, well, why would I want to be funny like that? But I think it's my protection, and that's how I present myself on video. But am I ever going to fully let you see specifically what I am and what you might think you know, and you might think, oh, well, she shared too much in those videos, but you don't really know me. So I just need to make that clear. The most important bits that are important about this show is surviving, healing, and thriving. And you can do all those simultaneously in different areas of your life. Yes, that's what I said. If you work a lot of hours, or you have to leave, you have to deal with a lot of dynamics out in the world, your healing would obviously be a little slower. If your stuff was not too messy, you'll be all right. You can kind of just squeeze it in an hour a day. It's pretty much all it is, a focused introspection of prayer and analysis, and a look at your personal interactions and all that. It's really all it is. It's called introspection with the Lord. But we can put all kinds of labels on it. Healing names, and this group over here thinks you can do it this way, and this church over here says don't use any of that over there, and you can heal only this way through Jesus, this specific way. And yeah, that's true. Jesus is the only healer, okay? But it doesn't hurt to have a couple, like, maps. The Bible, yes, but the Bible is not too specific about some major abuses. He just is very clear he doesn't want anyone abusing each other. But apparently people don't get that. Now there's a small aircraft that goes everywhere that we live in this county. Now maybe they just prevail the county, but they like to start it up after we move somewhere. One of them's actually flying right now. It could have nothing to do with us, but it always feels very intrusive sometimes. But maybe everyone feels that way, hearing some nosy little small aircraft zooming around everyone's properties. Which I must just have, like, the wrong understanding of aircraft. I thought they were supposed to stay in open areas, away from residentials, things like that. If they are flying in residential, they have to get permission. If people complain about it, they have to move. That's what I thought, but shit, I don't know nothing. I'm dumb. This is what I do know. There's judgment all the time, and this judgment's going to be heaping for 6 years, but it won't be final judgment because too many people are in trouble. And it's too ugly for the Lord to do final. So everyone that's got the rapture boots on and stuff, I don't believe in rapture, it's not biblical, is if you need solid, biblical, scholarly training on the Bible, I believe is the most accurate I've ever found, is with Pastor Chuck Baldwin and Liberty Fellowship in Kalispell, Montana. So what I'm saying is I've never had Velcro dogs like this, where it's like I know I can pick hip up like if you pick up like a farm animal or like a dog too, but do you know what I mean? You hug them and then their forelegs are down, but you hug them around their chest and their butt. So I can comfortably pick up hip with a little bit of so I'm thinking 120, right? And so I know pose more than hip, but I don't know how much. So I've never had over 200 pounds of a shadow dog. And they're not, I had a shadow dog, she was a lab husky, and it would only get a little bit intense sometimes, but she wasn't as heavy on the foot, unless she was really clowning around, and you had to watch out for her, but she was still more like just with you. Hip and Po are like, it's difficult sometimes. Like there was a little bit of snow, and if my hormones are different, being a woman and all, and they're extra protective and clingy, like this, like they have to be right under my feet. Although I've moved the drum into like it's a good size room, but it's not like super huge. There's no closet, so it's, oh man, I've measured before. I'll measure again. Just kind of eyeing it. You got to take into account the heat system, so you're losing 2.5 inches or more of space. Yeah, I don't know. We'll go with 13 by 14 or something. I think that's way off, so we could measure. You want to measure right now? I forget this one has like this little neat stand on it. So everyone videos themselves now. It's literally the Truman Show and some of those weird, creepy movies, where everyone's on video. Some of them where they were like trapped in these like work camp cells. Some of them had to pedal to get their food tokens and stuff. They had to pedal on a bike to run the energy in the underground dystopian city. It was so creepy. But then I'm like, wait a second. It's kind of weird. I mean, we just changed a couple little details. They only had like a video screen. They didn't really talk to one another. There was other people, but they didn't really communicate right. And so I'd have to do a rough estimate. I'm not going to go get the tape measure. So just my foot, I'm about an 8.5 one. And I just walk a little crooked here. 1, 2, 3. 13 by 10. Say 13 by 12. It seems more than 10 across. Like I said, it was rough. A rough measurement. Oh, okay, you can see it. Okay, the drum should be up and going, and I should be allowed to play him for at least 5 minutes a week, once a week. That shouldn't be a problem. Even if accidentally a window is cracked somewhere, but I guess we won't go into details, will we? We'd hate to write anything down very accurately these days. Can't even keep his president from on track with some truth. Can't even keep him in truth. What do you think a nation is if your president's a liar? Yeah, I like rag rugs. You have a problem with it? Okay, gotta go.